few years ago, my aunt and my uncle moved to a different town a few hundred miles away from us. So one day we decided to go on a road trip to stay at their place for the holidays. The whole family was there. Everyone got along very well. My cousins were very good kids. And there used to be lots of food all the time because my uncle loves cooking. He's a great cook. So we were always gathering around the dining table, having snacks and talking. So we are spending the night and we decide to watch a movie. We were in the living room and there was probably around 10 people in the house. So some of us were sitting on the couch, some of us were on the floor, until at some point I feel this coffee breath right in my face. And I thought, okay, someone had coffee and didn't brush their teeth yet. So I look around and I was a little confused because no one was talking. No one was even facing me. So how come I was able to feel someone's breath? But I didn't think too much of it. And the movie went on and everyone's paying attention to the movie when all of a sudden the same thing happens. So I look around and again, no one's talking, no one's even facing me. So where's this coming from? Someone brewing coffee just now? No, everyone's here. So I'm watching everyone from the corner of my eyes, wondering if it's just me, wondering if anybody else is also noticing something or smelling something funny, but they were not. They were very focused. And they were watching the movie, and now I'm getting very uncomfortable because there's something happening. And there's something trying to interact with me and me only. So, I mean, I don't want to interact with things that I can't see or explain. And at this point, I'm scared to even talk about it because I'm afraid that if I talk about it, whatever it is, it's going to hear it and will know that I acknowledge them. And if I do that, then they'll just keep trying to communicate. Well, all of a sudden, the movie's finished and everybody gets up and they start getting ready for bed. And I'm like, hey, let's watch another movie. To which everyone replies, oh no, it's still late. We might want to go to bed already. And I don't want to go to bed because I'm scared, but I don't want to be left alone in the living room either. So I know if I go to bed, I'll just be flipping side to side because I won't be able to relax. But no one wants to stay awake. So, I mean, I don't want to be left alone there. So I go to bed and I'm in a bedroom where my sister and one of my cousins are also sleeping. I'm right in the middle. And they just crash right away. And I'm there, wide awake, hoping for the best. So I don't know how long it was that I was flipping side to side in bed, but I was finally able to fall asleep because the thing just stopped. It didn't linger to the bedroom. So I thought I was going to be okay. However, in the middle of the night, around 2 a.m. possibly, I wake up from this freaking scary nightmare. And it was just so real. I mean, I was there. It was vivid. And the dream went on like this. I was exactly where I was before I fell asleep. So in the dream, I was sleeping exactly where I was, same position and everything. My sister to my right, my cousin to my left. The door a few steps away from my bed to my left, just like it really was in real life. And in that dream, I wake up and I realize that there had been something disrupting my sleep. And that's why I wake up. I mean, it's a dream inside a dream. So I'm still dreaming, but I'm awake from the dream inside the dream. So I wake up feeling very uncomfortable. And as I try to realize where I was and what was bothering me, I hear two people talking across the hall by a dining table. And at my aunt's, that was exactly what the layout was. There was a hall leading to the bedrooms, and across that hall was the dining table. And you know how dreams are. They just don't make sense most of the times. Your father has blonde hair, but in your dream he had black hair, or you're at your place, but it's actually your friend's place, but not that one. Everything was perfect according to reality. So I hear two people talking nonstop, and I realize that's what was disrupting my sleep. And somehow, from my bed, I could see them in the dining room. It's like I was watching them through a hidden camera that was showing them sitting by the table and talking. It was two men, except I didn't need any equipment. The image was right there in my head, and I somehow could see what was happening in the other room. And then, that's still the dream. My uncle leaves his room, which is right across the room I was sleeping in, which is exactly the real layout of the house in real life. He steps to my door. He finds me awake, unlike my sister and my cousin, and he asks me, he's scared, and he asks me, can you hear that? Who's talking? Who's making all that noise? To which I reply, I don't know. And the voices, all of a sudden, stop. Both voices just disappear. At that exact moment, I wake up. I wake up from the dream inside a dream. Now I'm back in real life, okay? I'm back to real life. And I'm sweating. I'm stressed out, as usual, after having a nightmare. And as I lie there in my bed, I look around, and the layout of the room triggers me to remember the dream that I had just had in all detail. And my dream had been exactly what my reality looked like. My sister and my cousin sleeping. It's the middle of the night. I'm waking up scared from a nightmare. That weird, heavy feeling that something terrible is about to happen, that something's watching you. But unlike the dream, my uncle didn't get up to talk to me by the door, nor did I hear any voice talking. It was dead silent. However, within just a few minutes that I'm still recovering from that nightmare, I start hearing a "oh, oh, oh." At first, I thought maybe it was a bird, an eagle. I mean, I don't know. And I just keep hearing it over and over again. And it wasn't on and off. It went on, but it got louder and lower, as if whatever was making that noise was approaching and then walking away, approaching and walking away repeatedly. Then Just like in my dream that I was able to see the two people talking in the other room, as if I had a third vision that didn't require my eyes, I got a mental image of what was making that noise. I mean, I was able to see what or who it was. I got a perfect picture in my head somehow. And it was an old man walking slowly with a cane, walking through the hall over and over again, passing by the bedrooms, going back to the dining table, and then back to the bedrooms once again. I can't explain how I was able to see it, but I just could. And somehow I just know with every cell of my body that that was real. So I was sweating so bad. My pillow was all wet. My body is on fire, but I'm rolled up in my blanket because I do not want to make eye contact with that thing. And I believe it went on for about half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. I don't know. It's really hard to say because when you can't sleep and you're scared, every minute feels like an eternity. Then I hear the steps and the cane hitting the floor, fading away, as if it was leaving. Like I could hear he was walking away. To my relief, of course, but at this point, there's no way I'm going back to sleep. A few minutes go by and I start hearing it again, but this time far away, as if he was walking around the pool. So the house was designed in a way that the bedroom I was in faced a backyard in which there was a pool. So when the windows are open, you can see the pool right in front of you, just a few steps away. And I could hear the do, do, do over and over again. And I know that the old man was roaming around the pool. And my parents, they were sleeping in a bedroom separated from the house. It was detached from the house. It was like a teeny tiny cabin in the backyard near the pool, but they used it as a guest room. So, of course, I was awake until the next morning, and I couldn't wait for people to get up so I could join them and feel safe. You know, when something like that happens to you, you just want to be around people. So day is dawning and I finally hear people getting up. So I walk to the kitchen where my aunt is at preparing breakfast, and my mom steps in and asks her, "Claudia, what happened this morning? You knocked on our door really early in the morning. It was not even 5 a.m. So I got up because you kept knocking and I thought there was an emergency or something. But when I opened the door, you were not there." To which my aunt replied, I'm not following. I never knocked on your door. I just got up." Right there, I was reassured that something happened and it wasn't my imagination. Then I say, okay, there's something I need to share with you guys. So I describe my experience to them, and my uncle is not surprised at all. He then reveals to me that one of his cousins had already told him that every time she pays him a visit, she smells coffee freshly brewed. And she even jokes, I got here right on time. That coffee smells really good. To which he replies he wasn't making any coffee at all. Fortunately, that was our last night there, and needless to say, I never went back there. Even though I love my uncles to death, but that experience was just too overwhelming for me. They eventually sold the house a few years later and moved to a different town, and I already paid them a few visits at the apartment they are in now, and everything was always just fine. So whatever it was associated with that house. Do you believe in spirits? Are you able to see them, hear them, feel them? What would you have done? Have you ever had any similar experience? Well, I want to hear it. So send me your story to tellmyrealifestory@gmail.com, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you soon.